teaching became the way that I used to study.
Wow.
You can't even teach something you don't know.
That's true.
So one, you'll be forced to know it.
Yes.
Because someone needs to understand.
Exactly. I know in Nigeria we think that when you date on campus, it can negatively affect your grades. So
no book is saying relationship will affect you. Yes, no book. Oh.
What do you think is the striking difference between the education in Ghana, or let's use West Africa,
so it's similar,
and US here, in your view?
I think in Ghana, you cannot even get points for stating something wrong. But in the US, they try to award you for buying the pen because they care about your progress in life. I think when a student fail here, the professor feels like, oh, I didn't do a great job.
Exactly.
But back home, I think they are happy.
He feels he's the boss.
He feels like he's the professor with the most difficult question in the whole of Africa.
Hi guys, welcome to another season of your favorite podcast. And today, as we promised you, we have a graduate student in America who has gone through what I think you're hoping to go through. And he's here with a lot of insights, quite a very brilliant, obviously he's in America, quite a very brilliant, handsome guy too, and he's going to share with us his insights on his graduate school journey. Without much ado, please help me welcome your favorite guy, our beloved Mr. I want to pronounce your surname first. Let me allow him introduce.
Mensa.
Okay, Mensa.
Yeah.
The next name, your Ghanaian name.
Echo Mensa.
Okay.
It's still like the same.
Yeah, so nice to have you. It's like a brother to me. We've had some run-ins to do together. So let's hit the home run. So how was your educational background in Ghana, and how do you think Ghana prepared you? Yeah, mind you, he's from Ghana. How do you think Ghana prepared you for your studies in abroad or here? Yeah.
I would say it was quite a journey. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Basically, after high school, we all do this WASI stuff.
Yeah.
After high school, I think I was home for like a year. Yeah. I was just teaching in one of the schools in our town. Then I didn't know what I wanted to do, honestly, because the program that I did in high school wasn't something I wanted to do.
Wow. What program is that?
So, in Ghana, once you're done with junior high, you just select about 6 schools. Our time we were selecting 6 schools, right? That you want to go for senior high.
Yeah.
So you put the one that you want first and the others follow. So for all the 6 schools, because I loved math.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, if you know math, business is for you. So I chose like business for all the 6 schools. But I ended up doing science. And it was my dad's idea, yeah. He was like, I think he told me there's more opportunities in science than business, which I didn't agree with, but he was able to convince my mistress to change my program from business to science.
Wow.
But
do you think you're happy? I think you're happy now.
At some point, I think sometimes whenever I'm having some challenges, I'll just be blaming him a little, but I think for me to get to this point, I would say it was a good decision, yeah. So kudos to that. Yeah, okay, he did a good job for that.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, he did very well.
We should send this to him to watch.
Oh yeah, he'll watch it and be like, it's my boy.
Yeah,
don't sell me out.
Okay, so so I think it was like a good journey you had to teach. I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I had to teach for I think a year, and once I did a science that I said I didn't really like, but when I was done and throughout the teaching, I decided to further education. So there's a lot of schools in Ghana, and since I ended up doing science, I still didn't want to throw away my math, right? Mm-hmm. So I was just searching on courses that really have like more of math. So I just came across this engineering school in one of our cities, and I'm like, okay, let me just buy only this form. So I only bought one form. Mm-hmm. Selected mechanical as my first program, and I think I chose petroleum and electrical. Wow. And I got the first choice, that's mech. So I ended up studying mechanical engineering.
Wow. So just being curious, lecturers studying in Ghana, what will you describe it as? Is it
okay?
Was it tough? Mechanical engineering.
Yeah. So I went to University of Mines, right, in technology. It's one of the
best
engineering schools.
Okay.
That you can have.
I know it's debatable.
In West Africa, yeah. It's not debatable. Like when it comes to engineering.
In West Africa?
I'm telling you.
With Nigeria?
Forget about that. This will be Nigeria and Ghana Jollof fight. This is education. I say engineering is human.
Okay.
So I think I came across very good lecturers, and when I came in here, right, sometimes you might be learning some stuff and be like, why do you even need this? But I think I really had the basis, and it really helped me in my journey here. So I would say it was very competitive there.
Yeah.
And I think, our way of study is like you have to keep formulas and stuff like that.
Yes.
But here they just give you the formula, just write down and do your work. So I think it wasn't easy, right? It wasn't easy. And I'm one person who always try to dedicate my time to help my mates, right? Okay. I love to see all of us being successful. So I was spending more time teaching people than studying for myself, and even doing outside courses that I don't really study.
Wow.
I've taught a petroleum course that I never studied.
Yeah.
And other stuff too. So yeah, it wasn't easy, but God being so good. I graduate. This should be out.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So wow. So you think helping people is one of the good traits?
Oh yeah. Honestly, I'm a very lazy. Let me say
lazy.
Lazy.
No.
When it comes to education, I'm very lazy.
Okay.
Like I find it hard studying on my own, right? Mm-hmm. I'll be active for like 30-45 minutes and that'll be it. Wow. But when I figured out, okay, and I love teaching. That's one thing too. I love like trying to explain something that I know to people who don't understand. Mm-hmm. So with that, it got to a point that I figured out that, okay, since I'm always teaching this to people, it was easy for me to remember.
Oh.
So teaching became the way that I used to study.
Wow.
So the more I teach, the more I know it, and I don't have to spend much time to
learn,
study for exam or just learn. Because I'm active for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, nothing better. It's just waste of time.
I think that worked for me too.
It's actually good to teach.
Yeah, so good.
You try your best, because always you can't even teach something you don't know.
That's true.
So one, you'll be forced to know it.
Yes.
Because someone needs to understand.
Exactly.
And that will help you.
Exactly.
Yeah. It stays with you, and whenever they need you, you can be able to at least make some impact. Yeah.
Yeah. So just a tip for students out there, please learn to teach.
Yeah.
Just as our mistress said.
Teach what you don't understand. It will help you.
But ensure you have good facts so you don't, because people could just lie and and stuff like that. Yeah. So from your transition from when you graduated to grad school, what was the experience like? I know some people. Yeah.
After my bachelor's, actually, I had two options. Once, just like is it NYC stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, in Ghana we have something called national service, right?
Yeah.
Where when you're lucky, you get some of the big companies, and you can actually do your service with them, and the government pays you. And some companies can even add extra money, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I did an internship with this company called Mantrack. Mm-hmm. They are into Caterpillar branded machines.
Okay.
They are one of the wholesalers in Africa. And I think after my undergrad, so I had an option to give them you have a special pin for every student, right?
Yeah.
So whoever you give that pin to will now like do your paperwork, and you do your national service with them, which is like the NYC in Nigeria. So I had an option to choose between that and being a TA.
Oh.
So my professors were able to convince me
to be a
TA. And also I had some few friends I wanted to help graduate. So I was like, okay, let me just stay here and do that. And I don't think I regretted it though.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you feel the opportunities you got was because you were in TA?
TA. So like once I did a TA, it's a 1-year thing, right?
Yeah.
And when you're done, imagine like schooling your whole life and having a chance to have work experience, and you say, okay, I'm still being in school. Your options to be like to get a work is not limited, right?
Yeah.
Because you are now into academia. So that's when I'm like, okay, so what do I do next? Because I would have even had a chance to maybe work with a company if I ended up being with them. But since I opted into stewardship, I think the school had this program that you can actually stay and do, I think, PhD program with them. They call I think, staff development program, where they train their best students to get PhD and teach in the school.
Yeah.
So there was that option. So worst case, I think that would have been an option. But I think one teacher that I had, one lecturer, one doctor, Dr. Quatin, that's his name.
Okay. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to me. He was the one who actually made me consider all this school stuff. Because he actually schooled here in the US.
Oh, okay.
I think North Carolina. Yeah. So that was the first school I applied in the US. Because he had a professor who messaged him like, hey, I need students in my school. So for that were the TAs in that time, he was like, hey, just apply to this school. So I have this professor who needs some students. So I applied to North Carolina. I think the only thing I was missing was GRE, right?
Oh.
In that time, looking at what you earn and looking at how much it costs to write GRE.
Yeah.
And me, myself, not being ready to write because of English.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, English is difficult, honestly. As a math guy, if I say English is difficult, you should know.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wasn't really ready for that. But I had it done. Like I knew, okay, whenever I write it, I can get admission. I know for sure I'm gonna get funding.
Mm-hmm.
So I also considered some, I think AIMS Africa. I applied for that too. And that one, I got their decision when I was in US. Like, hey, you got AIMS Cameroon. I'm like, I'm in the US. I'm back to Cameroon. It will be difficult for me. The one was like, oh, I'm so sorry. They were telling me to do an interview.
Wow.
And I'm like, I didn't even do an interview to get my offer here. So why do you want to stress me? Oh, but it was a good offer though. So I did AIMS. I did just application. I think there was, this university in Egypt. It's like Egypt, Japan University of Science and Technology. I think that's the full name. Wow. So I did that application too.
So guys, people could check out for it, I think.
Oh yeah. It's a very good school when it comes to technology, I think. Because I read a lot about them. And I did one school in Germany. University of Groningen.
Yeah, I think I saw stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to do mechatronics there.
Wow.
They told me I should know 2 languages. I'm like, hello, it's English and fancy. You can't stress me to learn French or...
Oh, you must know English.
You know, at least English and one extra language.
Oh.
Yeah. So
not our native language, I mean.
No. Who knows? Who knows? Yoruba and Igbo in Germany. So, yeah. So, it was... I think I did that too. And for the school that I ended up being...
Yeah.
I think there's this Ghanaian professor who teaches in that school called Prof. Bedu, right? Mm-hmm. So, it was COVID time.
Oh.
Good. So, right after COVID, I think people here were scared to go back to school.
Yeah.
But since we don't care,
many of
our cases was less.
Yes.
So, for that case, I think they gave more opportunity to students.
Yes, international.
Who are in countries where they are, not even international per se, but students in countries where their COVID cases was less. Because if you do it general, I think our time, because that's how I see it. Because I saw that I think there were more people from like Africa, right, than from other countries, I think. And in the COVID cases, if you followed it very well, you could see that the cases were higher in like Japan and other stuff like that. So so since our case was less, I think they gave more opportunities to students in countries which had less cases. Because bringing in someone from anywhere, you might actually increase the rate of the people with positive COVID, right? So I think that was a factor too. So, and because of that, they waived, I think, GRE.
Yeah.
And that was all what I was praying for. I wasn't ready to write, both financially and not even like prepared at the same time. So this professor reached out to, I think, our vice chancellor. They're like, hey, my school needs students. So some of us in the department just applied. And myself and a friend of mine, we got admissions there, and my funding came in. I think a month before the school will start.
Wow.
So I had to do our preparations within less than a month. Yeah.
Wow. So I think I also gained admission around that time, and I didn't have to write GRE. So I think
GRE. COVID time was our savior.
That was
GRE. Because I was preparing for GRE. Like I was easily like getting the maths.
Yeah.
And it was fun. But the English. You do 10 problems, you get 2. I'm like, okay. Is this not the same English that I'm speaking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we dived in probably into diving into grad school in the US, in Ghana, I know in Nigeria we think that when you date on campus, it can negatively affect your grades. So
notebook is saying the relationship will affect you. Yes, notebook. Oh.
So what do you think?
I don't think. I think one thing is for you to know yourself, right? Yeah. Some people don't really need distractions when it comes to education because they have to spend a lot of time to understand some stuff. So if you know yourself, you know like what good for you and how you can combine both to be successful. Because at the end of the day, you went to school to study.
Yeah, exactly.
Not for relationship. That's extracurricular activity. It's not on your school bill,
Charlie.
But you can actually do it if let's say you know yourself, as I said. Because me for instance, I dated in school. Good. Yeah.
Daddy will see this.
Oh, he will see this. I'm not a small boy now. I dated in school.
Yeah.
And there's positive and there's negative inputs, right? There was this girl I dated. She was good, actually. But I think our relationship helped her do very well academically, right? Because like you're working with someone with smart. So like the motivation was there for her to like do well. So some might also be in a relationship and everything just scatter because like you spending more time with your babe than your books.
Exactly.
Although both that will be, but not all can make you successful.
So I think really just ensure that you know yourself.
Yeah, just know how and actually even if you are not ready for it, it's good to try because after school. Honestly, after school.
From experience.
After school. There's no place you meet a lot of people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think school is the best place to find love than anywhere else. Okay. So at least you will know the person for at least 3 years.
For some time. Which will help.
Which will help you.
So what about your visa experience? So let's come back to grad school.
For me, now go though. Whenever anyone asks me about how was your interview, I'm like, which interview? I don't think I even went for an interview because what happened was just short. I spent less than a minute in that room. So once I got the admission, that time people applied for schools and for interview dates, and they're like, the list was, I think, backdated, So it was hard to even get it.
Also, you guys also go through stuff.
Oh, bro, the time my first interview I had was, I think, the date was 2025.
Wow.
No, it was actually 2024.
Mine was 2027.
I was in 2020. When was it? 2021, right? Yes. Ooh. So it was like 3 years. 3 years ahead. And I'm like, hey, that's the way they go school in a month.
Yeah.
My first date was that. So I did the emergency thing, and wahala, there was no date.
Wow.
Even in the emergency, like let me say room.
Yeah.
I think that's right way to use. So one lucky day, I was a TA then, so I was going for this class to teach, I think, strength of materials. And I'm like, let me just log into this portal and see what's happening. Because I will stay overnight and still not see anything.
You said it's between night time that is the best.
Bro, it was one afternoon. I opened, there was only one date.
Wow.
On 18th August.
Wow. Just punched it.
I'm like, let me just select this one. Was it 8 or I think it was 8 August, yeah. Was it 8 or 8? I can't really remember. But like there was only one date. I picked it and it was successful. Wow. Before that, I think I saw a date earlier, but I couldn't get it because I was just clicking on, and a lot of people want the date. Yes. So I wasn't fast enough, or my internet was slow. Let me put it that way. So I got it.
You guys have slow internet? Oh God.
No, that one, my internet was slow.
Okay, not Ghanaian.
Not the whole country.
Okay.
Maybe I was not using a good phone.
Okay, just for
Ghana, you're on top of everything now.
yes, sir.
So I got the date.
Okay.
And now I had to prepare for this interview. So I think I went to the capital city, right? That's where we have the embassy.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there, went for this interview. It was my turn. I just entered. They said network problem. So we had to stay outside. I think the whole embassy, like their site was, I think, messing up a little.
Wow.
So once we entered, they had some seat that we had to sit on and wait for like, I think 35 minutes. So when everything was back on track, they were like, okay, we cannot go in. So I went in there. Those people, I think, beside me, both my left and right, they were all being rejected. I'm like,
oh,
this didn't have a good day. So I just entered this room and those lady was like, hey, can I have your document? I think she took, I think I gave her my I-20 first, yeah. And she was just literally mentioning whatever she's seeing there, and I just have to say yes or no.
Wow.
It's like, oh, you're going to this university? I'm like, yes.
Yes.
You're going to study mechanical? I said, yes. It's like, what do you do for your bachelor's? I said, oh, the same program. And she said, can I see your transcript? I just gave her my transcript. And it was, I think, a single sheet, but it's a 4-year program. But the first page has up to 3 years.
Oh.
And the remaining year is at the back of the sheet. So she was like, is it a 3-year program? I'm like, 4. It's like, where is the? I'm like, oh, check the back. And she just checked them. I'm like, okay, come for your visa tomorrow. I'm like,
wow.
Is that? Wow. She started giving some shit.
Yeah, I think it's the white sheet.
And before that, I've read like a lot of transcripts and you see like long. I'm questions. Like, I was even still there because I thought we were not done. And she's like, oh, that's it. She gave me the sheet. I'm like, oh. So on the Friday, I went to the embassy and I got my visa.
Wow.
And how I got here, that's another story for another day.
No. please shoot.
Because once I got it, right, well, for flight and everything, like I wasn't really prepared because I did this. I think I didn't add my middle name when I was doing all this application stuff, and I heard stories like, hey, for US, if you even miss a name, so I tried to change, like redo it with another visa. I went to pay for another visa fee. Was doing everything all over again.
Service too?
No, not service, but the visa fee. I have to pay like a visa fee that you can use that number to book an appointment. So I was trying to do everything again with my full name as a new person.
Yeah.
And this people just send me an email warning me that
no,
you can't really create like multiple accounts because I think they deal with the passport number.
Yes.
So far as it has been used, I cannot use it again. So I was scared. I thought, based on that, because I had to even change my email in the process.
Oh.
So I changed my email, and I never even used that receipt again because I think it's expired by now.
Yeah.
So I was scared when I was going because I had Prince Mensa on their document, and I have 3 names. So I'm like, is it me or someone else? But God being so good, they gave me the visa. So I knew I would be rejected. That's what I thought because of those things that happened.
But
so
in US here, they are not too particular about names.
Yeah, they're not. They just first and last. So when I got it out, I wasn't even ready going for the interview. So when I got it, I'm like, okay, now how do we go now? So this Saturday, I was just roaming around. I was just searching on, I think, was it British Airways, right?
Yeah.
And I saw they just reduced their
flight
prices more than like 50%. So I had a flight for like, I think, $854. Which was shocking from Ghana to the US, So I reserved that for, I think they gave me up to Monday, 11 a.m. And I paid the money at 10:55.
Wow.
So imagine you should know what happened.
I understand. Gathering.
So I was 5 minutes away.
Wow.
And I was actually, that very day that I paid the money, the flight was leaving that very night. So I was in the capital city without my stuff. So I had to just get some few stuff and fly.
Wow.
So it was an unprepared trip.
Wow. To the US.
It was fun. It's a great experience.
So you didn't bring food as people do, bring yam, bring stuff.
So since it wasn't a prepared trip, I had one bag with everything. There was food in there. There was clothes in there. There was everything in there. Whatever I had, I just put it in there and just left. Yeah.
And mommy cried. Everybody.
My mom is late, so my dad. No, don't worry about that. It's been like long ago, so I'm over it.
Okay.
So I think it was my dad and some aunties that I have, they all came to the airport and they were sad, but I had to leave.
You have to. Okay, so let's come back to your journey in America here. I think you've been to 2 universities now.
Yeah, this is my second
university. So. To show you how smart he is. He is way smart.
School, not me, no book. It's just waste of time.
So, but let's just sum it up. What do you think is the striking difference between the education in Ghana, or let's use West Africa?
Right, the same as I'm so it's similar.
And US here, in your view?
I think they are more, like, let's say it's more flexible here. Yeah, because in Ghana, you cannot even get points for stating something wrong. But in the US, you get a little points.
Yes.
Like they try to, like, I think, award you for buying the pen. Yeah.
It's a student-centered program.
Yeah. Because they care about your progress in life, I think. Yeah. Because I think when a student fails here, the professor feels like, oh, I didn't do a great job.
Exactly.
But back home, I think they are happy.
He feels he's the boss.
He feels like he's the professor with the most difficult question in the whole of Africa.
So we've been begging professors on our podcast that please.
Oh yeah. They should. I think it's actually good in a way because listen.
Hey.
Not in a bad way, but I think if they didn't do it that way,
we would not be here.
We wouldn't be learning, honestly, because looking at for instance, how many? If you ask real Americans, right, they don't really want to go to school that much. Yeah.
To grad school, especially.
Yeah, because the jobs are there, so they just need like some 2 or 3 certificates and they are good to go.
Exactly.
But for you, they know how much your parents are spending.
Yeah.
So I think you are being forced to learn, which is good because the basis that I learned back home really helped me here. So I think for them, letting us keep those long formulas, I think that's the only thing I would say they should change it.
Yes, please.
Just give us formula sheets.
Yes. I think some of them, I had like 2 lecturers that came to US. So I think they too started.
The lecturer that I spoke about, like he's also doing that in my school now. Like he's trying to make it like the US.
In real life, you can never cram
because
formulas.
You can just miss let's say something small in a formula. And everything you do is right. But because you had the wrong formula, you are gone.
I think your supervisor did that for a course he taught me, Doctor. Sorry for bringing him.
Oh, no. Bring him. Yeah.
Well, I think I failed the question, but he marked the steps.
Oh, yeah,
so he just circled and though I know he removes marks well.
No, that's what they actually you will not even get you will not get a full point, right? If your answers are not right. But if the steps after your wrong formula make sense, you get a point for that. Because for me, I think education should teach us where to find information.
Exactly.
So far as you can be able to know what to use at the right time, you are educated, I think.
So we just learned something. Education should teach us where to get information.
Yeah. Where?
I think that's a quote.
If you see a problem and you know where to find the answer, that alone is like has made the problem half solved.
Okay.
But if you don't know anywhere to find it, then you're just gonna waste a lot of time knowing what to do.
Okay. Yeah, so I think my producer is saying our time is a bit fast spent. But I don't know. Put it in the comment section if you want us to have another session with.
There will be part 2.
Yes, there should be really. But just before you leave, I want you to leave us 2 things. If there was something you could change about the educational system in West Africa, aside probably, what do you think? So if you were the Minister of Education for West Africa, what would be your first agenda?
I think, based on my experience here, I think our education system should be more practical than theoretical. Because I knew about a lot of machines that I never used.
YouTube videos?
Bro. But when I got here, I was able to
see
and use them in less than a year. And I think that built my confidence. And now No matter how big or small a machine is, I'm not even scared touching it.
Wow.
Because a machine is meant to be controlled by a human.
Yeah.
So far as you have control over it, I don't think you will damage anything.
Yeah.
So I think our system should be more practical than theoretical. Yeah.
So we're speaking to the ministers in case they see this.
Or future minister. I'll change it. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay. So the last question we love to ask for this series is we want you to drop a question for the next person on the podcast. So what would be that question you want to, if you were the one interviewing the person, what would be the question you want to ask that person?
Question.
Yeah.
General.
Anything.
Okay, I would say it should probably be if the person is here, right?
Yep. Person is here.
It should be about the survival tactics in the US.
Okay. Even with our stickers.
That's another topic.
That will be in our part 2.
Yeah.
How do we survive?
How to survive as a graduate student, doing research or TA job, plus your own education.
Yes.
Because
it's crazy.
Combining both,
it's crazy.
It's not easy.
And people don't know back home. They say you don't have time to call them. You're not there for them. Everybody just say, and you say,
imagine, see the amount of money we use to pay rent here.
Yeah.
We spend more time in the offices than our rooms.
Exactly.
So.
And you must pay rent.
You must pay. We only spend time in our rooms on weekends. Grad school.
Then we should podcast.
Grad school, yeah. We only spend time in our rooms during weekends. Because grad school, it can humble you.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Really.
If you're not like, it can affect you mentally, everything. So, I think that should be another thing to be.
How are they coping?
About survival tactics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll notice and ask
how to combine both and survive in the US.
Wow. Okay. My dear Prince, I want to say thank you for coming around. It's a privilege having you. We're going to have you for a second session soon. But let's allow you a rest for today. And we hope that you get better. He's a very smart person. I mean, I don't know, should we talk about the business we did together?
Oh, yeah.
I'm scared of IRS.
Oh, don't talk about that. That would be special room.
Yeah. Okay, to the next episode, guys.
Yeah.
We love your comments, we love your likes, share, send to your friends. We hope to have a much better audience. And, if you have someone you would like us to interview, hopefully we'll get to interview them. Till the next episode, have a good one. Bye.